Is this the ultimate upgrade or not? Imagine this, you're deep into a rally stage, a tight corner approaches, gravel under your wheels. You grab the handbrake and your car slides in perfect control. That's what the Fanatec ClubSport Handbrake V2 is built to deliver. It's a premium, fully metal handbrake designed for precision, durability and realism. But with a price tag of €200 and a few quirks to note, is it the right choice for your setup? In this video we are breaking it all down. A quick heads up, this product was provided by Fanatec for review, but as always my opinion is 100% independent. Fanatec had zero input on this review. If you find this content useful, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. It helps us keep producing honest reviews like this. Now let's get into it. Right from the box, the Fanatec ClubSport Handbrake V2 makes a statement. The packaging is clean, minimal and premium. It feels like opening a professional racing component. Inside the box you will find the handbrake itself. It's solid, heavy and fully metallic. A 2-meter RG12 cable, a small hardware kit including bolts and an adapter bracket, and a brief quick start guide. But who's gonna read it anyway? The first surprise, the box is almost entirely cardboard, only 2 small plastic bags for the screws, that's it. It's refreshing to see Fanatec thinking about sustainability. It shows care, both in presentation and in product. And the unboxing alone tells you this isn't a toy, it's a professional piece of sim racing hardware. Let's take a closer look at the unit itself. The CNC machine aluminium frame feels absolutely premium. There's no flex, no cheap materials, no shortcuts in construction. The lever is solid and the mounting plate is rigid. And the entire mechanism moves smoothly and precisely thanks to sealed bearings at the pivot. One of the few non-metal components is the rubberized handle, and I actually love it. It's soft but grippy, comfortable to hold and doesn't slip even in long sessions or with sim racing gloves on. But let's talk about the size. The Handbrake V2 is larger than most alternatives. If you're coming from a smaller rig or something like the SimLab XB1, this might surprise you. It's tall, it's wide, it has presence, and in compact cockpits it could feel a bit too much. But the size, it adds realism. It feels more like an actual hydraulic rally handbrake than a consumer sim product. And for me, that's a big plus. Mounting is an area where Fanatec made some smart changes from the previous model. On the ClubSport Handbrake V2, you now get 2 built-in mounting slots, one at the back and one at the front of the base. This means you can mount it directly to aluminum profile cockpits without an extra bracket or drilling. It also includes an adapter bracket if you want to mount it to the side of the Fanatec shifter. It's a nice nod to those coming from the V1.5. You can position the lever vertically or horizontally. The base supports both the styles out of the box, and switching between them is quick. Once installed, this unit does not move. There's no flex in the frame, no give in the lever. It stays locked in no matter how hard you pull. Now let's talk setup annoyances. To change the lever travel or resistance, you need to remove the top cover. It's held by 2 front screws and they are tight and small. Is it impossible? No. But if you like to tinker with your settings a lot, it's going to slow you down. Also, the lever height itself is not adjustable, which might be limiting for some users depending on cockpit layout. The Fanatec ClubSport Handbrake V2 gives you 3 main adjustment areas. The first one is the lever angle. The lever can be tilted forward or back using the rear adjustment bolt. The second one is the travel distance. You can choose between 16, 70 and 80 mm using a simple internal spacer. And the third one is the preload resistance. A built-in preload dial lets you stiffen or soften the feel of the lever. The travel spacer is clever. 1 part, 3 options. You simply flip it or remove it entirely depending on the throw you want. Changing it does require opening the unit, but once you find the sweet spot, you likely won't touch it again. And the preload adjuster, this is key. The out-of-the-box feel was too stiff for me. One twist on the dial and it felt almost perfect. You really can fine-tune it to match your driving style. Combined with the smooth pivot and the resistance adjustment, the feel becomes incredibly realistic, especially for rally sims. Now it's time to talk about how this thing performs on track. I tested it extensively across 4 sim titles: Dirt Rally 2.0, WRC Generations, Assetto Corsa and EA Sports WRC. In every case, the performance was stellar. The load cell sensor picks up pressure instead of position, which means how hard you pull matters, not just how far. This allows for true analog control, not just a digital on or off switch. You can initiate a slide with a light pull, then catch it with pressure mid-corner. You can use it to correct your rear and during fast transitions. You can modulate it as you would do in a real rally car. The feel is immediate, responsive and precise. I especially enjoyed it in EA Sports WRC and Dirt Rally 2, where vehicle weight and terrain feedback are critical. And in Assetto Corsa's drift scenes, the feedback was rock solid, giving me confidence on every pull and release. And once you get used to it, going back to a basic handbrake just feels impossible. I've had this handbrake in my rig for a couple of months now, and here's what stands out over time. There's no flex in the hardware, not even under aggressive pulls. The rubber grip hasn't worn down or gotten slick. The mount is still rock solid, no loosening or rattling, and the feel has remained completely consistent. This is the kind of hardware that fades into the background once dialed in the best way. You just trust it, you don't think about it, and it becomes muscle memory. I didn't expect it, but I found myself using the handbrake more often. Not because the games require it, but because the feel is just that satisfying. That, to me, is a hallmark of great hardware. Now let's get into the part I wish I could skip, but I can't. You need a separate USB adapter to use this handbrake as a standalone device, and Fanatec doesn't include it. That adds 20 euros to your total just to plug it into your PC, and in 2025 that's really hard to defend. Competitors like Moza, SimMagic and SimLab include USB support out of the box, so Fanatec's decision feels like a move to lock users into their ecosystem. If you already own a Fanatec wheelbase, this isn't an issue. The handbrake connects directly, but for anyone else, it's a clear drawback. At 200 euros plus the 20 euros for the USB adapter, this isn't a cheap upgrade, but when you compare it to the market, it holds up well. It's more solid than the Moza HPP, it's more adjustable and polished than the SimMagic TV1, and significantly more refined than the older V1.5. If you value durability, precision and realism, this is one of the best handbrakes you can buy today. That said, if you just want a basic lever to initiate an occasional drift, you might be better off with something cheaper, simpler and plug and play. This handbrake is for people who want to feel every pull. Before we wrap things up, here's a quick summary of the biggest pros and cons after using the Fanatec ClubSport Handbrake V2 for several months. The pros. It has an incredibly build quality, full CNC machined aluminium with a premium durable finish. The precise load cell technology offers realistic analog input for maximum control. It's highly adjustable. Travel distance, lever angle and preload can all be fine-tuned. The flexible mounting works with vertical and horizontal setups with built-in slots and adapters included. A solid in-game performance. It's consistent, smooth and highly responsive. Great packaging and design with minimum plastic. It's well thought out. The cons: the USB adapter is not included. You will need to spend an extra 20 euros for standalone PC use. The top panel must be removed to make adjustments, adds friction to setup and tuning. No height adjustment on the lever, which limits ultra-specific ergonomic customization. a very large footprint. It may feel bulky in smaller or minimalistic rigs. If any of these cons are deal breakers, this might not be the right fit for you. But if the pros align with what you're looking for, this is a seriously impressive piece of hardware. After months of testing, setup, tuning and racing, the Fanatec ClubSport Handbrake V2 is a rock-solid, high-performance and deeply adjustable sim racing tool. If you're into rally, drifting or sim driving where analog control matters, it's a phenomenal upgrade that adds depth and realism to your experience. The build quality is outstanding, the performance is consistent and accurate, and once dialed in, it becomes second nature. But the required USB adapter should be included in my opinion. The panel removal for tuning is a hassle and is not ideal for small rigs due to its size. Still, if you're already in the Fanatec ecosystem, this is an easy recommendation. And even as a standalone option with the USB adapter, is one of the best performing handbrakes available. For more details, including photos, mount measurements and in-depth setup tips, check out the full written review over at SimRacingHub.nl. I'll put a link of it in the description below. And if this video helped you out, please consider using our affiliate link to purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra and it helps us to support the channel so we can keep doing what we do. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.